me pia bontin adofo nyina be hia madofo mayibo mayimba na wana wa betwim me flight nso be drew past 9 p.m. Na wana wa betwim enti ye kona no ekwan mu no na man be ka kire me say efie na wasi na o se mfutro wo ho so hye bakakra do no na I have other places I could go, but wish I could tell you, say, that was the end of the story. But that was when the story begins. A few weeks meko Ghana no. But in my meeting come my friend no, and I make catch and say meko Ghana. And no catch on car say, oh, and I said yeah, me fear be a Messi ewo kaswa. Na se ukọ Ghana dia fie ni kra mewie do no amo start see ye ni ade nipa wo si ni ade no me kọ Ghana me nkọ ho chese unse ma me no kọ Accra na obezi mo na fie ni so wakaso a enti no de kọ ba ni se do no nipa na o si fie ni so oye fie nipa enya bonte so nipa oye fie nipa na enti no okase efi ne kwade amasi ewie na akoye se aka doors amode be to fina no enti no se mesi me kode a ene obeseni ska na amayeden amotimi the doors no esi efina no doors ne gate no any necessary thing because ama ye bibia ama twe light akop je se bibia fie no kra ama wie fie no enti no aka doors nko a ye de besisi room bia no enti no say wo kode a any I'll make sure say they will do it me mama vida nyame nhyira me mama ba kope betene so anoma sorry me mama vida God bless you. Ain't what happened is I said miss me fifi a check a crack ain't what my mom doing is say me agasakra me siko to kwa my yard it out ain't no yes okay sadia obema nipa na abehia me se ne be ya nipa na ebe fa me no de me akofi ho because just me hu fie ho ampa so me hu fie ho ain't sana ma me kan yo say hu fie ho ain't me de number me nipa no na me de ono so di ama o enti se ne be ya udru a but already na ma me amane aya we say me ba ama me flight anytime ama be dunia de nyina ama me de ama abranti well emre so ye enti me kokra no be sa ene ma me kasa ya chen say and then me too enti my all the updates because once I say me ma me any communicated it out enti na say me dem ko dru Ghana ho a now me must start in that communicating. That's how it's I decided because I me ni pano and but ma me the information na man e ma atade a me hye ne ade nyina ma me de amano ntino o me number so into onim say me ba ene right e many do ye ma eja me fa plane and me ko dru Ghana echi me ko dru Ghana no me gina airport eja BAC free plane mu ma pass it through migration immigration for a check bibia okay be pia bontin adofo nyina be hia madofo mayibo mayimba na make say we bia say Ghana de bia na traffic bia na the time no calculation na anye yi ntino bia onam kwa so ba me friend so a phone bom nso bia amfa na me so we na bia oba na bia me kan bia na wadru ha enchen ya ntino bia on pese obe fa na che say what's my excuse say me do no be jawo na wana wa betwim me flight nso be drew past 9 p.m. Na wana wa betwim na 2 hours abetwim na me da so gina ho ama other flight cross aba ama madofo cross abi hia mo na me da so gina airport but won say wo gina airport wa na wo gina ho ache nti eba ne sana na eni wo ho too much because obi kro obetwim bi no obeka say na brenti wo gina ho ache nti esa na ase you become a target for obia oba for different reasons so they say because they jamon be share of when you be na be shi obi so they say obi or for reason oba internet what happened is banisana because me jina watching internet me person me guso asay jina ho na me bags me luggage is in chain say banisana what I decided to do is a woman must say rain inside mako gyina inside kakra na me hu say other flight na ba na nkofo pia ma say pie ma say begina ho ei na 3 hours abetwem enti e ba ne sa no na I say you know associate bakakra though no na I have other places I could go, but I suggested say obi abi share me no na ade nti no was only one person and na onim say me ba nti bansa me friend no and me chene say this is the situation nipa na also be share me no ba be gina ha oba over 3 hours be gina ha nipa ne mba and I say oh any sadia o tuka aba be family because all timi hwe me say my bana me gina be da so gina airport almost 3 to 4 hours no and I make I said no what the on chain because be free line ko a boom into bit baba say e bia na bia I be kibia ka de bakra ne bia be say na bisa into the en chain and see okay o de me sre wa say nipa na mba bomode aso be free me say na tibia e ba na tutu kura Henry ma be foul out of the blue moon e wo na me hu say man eba na mbo say na okohinfa na mabechina hasa almost be flight abedru almost 9 p.m. Oba ye ne kobo 1 just imagine and o see osremia na oba antem but obedru ye no ne yam ekan kakra ntino oko eja private man bi so kan ho and I say na at least no say we be share ubi nti wona toilet account po at least akama wonipa ya oni bai ko ono so onjina ho ntwe me say na be ya at least me ba ohumia no waka the situation ni say oh ba na oyem account eja wo kan gosi hwi nipa no wo ka beka say oh me sorry my ba ene eja betina kemu am the taxi ne bae and me fat taxi ye nyina fat taxi no amade me luggages egu boot ho ye kwa yem say ye drew somewhere in the middle of Achimota road no into Achimota high road no ye drew on na taxi ne gina na dia sapa o che say e dream possible unso be nante why imagine 1 a.m. wa park it roadside they say the tie no apai into there so or sister tie no now the worst part they say baby a me luggage no egu boot ho no e ho na spare tie no wo into so yi bags ni na is egu form and na bags say wo yi egu form no e kwan ho so ne apaki unti kai say twam bia mo hu say bags ni si na bags ni si ho no o say o check in tax no ada so bobo ho into wo twam kwa wo say nkofu amu free airport na ba oh anaju 1 a.m. ni ejina ho me so minim amu ja ho na minim bia and a woman I say I don't know to say I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I become stranded in my own country. That I to say the whole thing was like a dream. The whole thing was like a dream. Okay. Eja mijina ho mija. To say baby eja so I can confirm bit me atwa so. Now I don't even just say it's so hard to even explain. It's so hard to explain. Well, anyway, I'm gusu na mutimi sisa tie the me luggage ni say shape car ni boot and a year call. Enti year call na no ekwan mu no and a man be catch me say the tie ni say efie na wesi na which is memma the fie na wesi na so de me ko ho no. Osin futro wo ho. Na in futro na wo ho no. The thing is week ni mu no are very busy pa. Na ejuma wo ho no in futro ni ade na se kopenkofu bi man kofo ne boa no. Ba nkofo wentimi nya obi ama boa nti no nko a nti wentimi enwie. Enti ne so ode me ko ho no de me luggages no enso ko ho a in futro ni ade nti no obesre se ode me ko bebi onu ne ti onu ni fie making sure to single room oni ne re ene ne mamienu e wo single room enti ode me ko ho na makoda amonchen na anopano ode me akọ efie ho na wape boys bi mama kọ clean fie ho na fie de ya ye bibie ewie na ase amonti mi amprapra ho am you know an cleaning futuro ni ade nti no ompese ebia makoda mfuturo ni and I'm say okay say ade mu ade kra chiewi so that ade kra chiewi and am de me kofie onu ni fie o a compound house. The whole thing was like a dream. The whole thing, like, I mean, like, and the worst part, and they say, I'm just even thinking what was going through their head. Imramu said that night, no, I'm a family for airport, no, what was going through their head? Like, they didn't know my dream. What they were planning against me, what they were planning to tell me. I just don't know. Anyway, and what happened is, because I'm feel ho, or the me fie compound house, call I'm dem ho, na into oyi onu ne yire ne mba no, eno no emu beda, amo ho kutu ebisu, and that is a me da mo paso. Now the whole thing was uncomfortable. I mean, this is not what I was told, and this is not what I was planning to see. Like the whole thing is like a dream. Obia, if you see where I try me say, ye me fami mbre fie ni mu. I ended up in a compound house with sleeping in a room with bunch of people I don't know. Anyway, ain't me da ho ma de chi me. To be me da ho no kra na ka mo yem bibia. You know, like now no, you know, you start to do like you start to do some flashbacks. You know, things start to go through your head. Like, you know, just imagine all the time from the airport. I don't know. You know, just imagine. Now, also ni pe medika ka say o ye fie nipa. Make fie nipa, un say guy nanka say mu auto na tiles. Na tiles no auto no. Yem say auto me na tiles. Inti na me ma me call me na fie na I say tiles na any fe. And o ka say oh, we cry ni free ekro baako. And yes say me ka say oben power but e ni free ekro baako. Na on the tools are tiles way. Inti no akoye say ono so no ka so ho no tinti no. Na akoye say opportunity ama me yes say o de edan no ebe hye ni sa say onu na nsi. Anyway, I did see a me kofie ho. Onia. Ye ko drew fie ho no. I wept. Misu ye chese. The way I was if I catch me mama no. The reality is not like that. If you see we actually light alcohol ya ye bibie wie o. Akase kobra ne ba betinim keke no. The house first of all no. If you know tama opeje si ho na onyade ceiling goose no. Onyade roof egoose no. When si fie hobium. Enti sika me ma me de brain e chiri nyina no ekono ani bottom na adeba kwema sa story we adeba kwema the whole thing very sad and say this is not what I was expecting. It's not what I was expecting. And even though me ma me cry no, that wasn't what she's expecting. But the thing is, maybe no, I'm already there. So what am I going to do now? And I may begin to cry. My other relatives cry. No, they didn't know say me back because me say me any surprise. And tinya from me fa say oh my bedu. You know, how would the scene look like? So what I say, how will it look like? And then I had two options. The two options they say, if you know, just say first of all, uncompleted house. Windows to cramp on here. There's no windows. Ye this ceiling goose na sa. Sike bia ba ye bia e kono ani bottom. And you know one selfish thing is they say set tiles no tiles are na say two fie ho no. Essence or no to tiles no ntino. Or no so no na adwuma no waje enti no ono no onim se tiles no ono na be ye into tiles no dey go ho but one no so one fix it and a tiles no go I don't know, God knows, over so many years. And a tiles no hun futro just a cement na go cement ni na e kiki just a God knows how long they've been staying there, over years. Or do some mama me feel it say we ama me suma ba be bet name, and I'm faced with uncompleted house. So I had two options. The two options is say either say met uncompleted in sir, and I say I need to the worst part is say apart from say complete house won't be point name just say window screen ya no ain't no na the thing is say or the abranti be at nephew ho and na abranti no so no on any yere and in wa woman mienu and on any rate fie ho ain't am kra window no am the rubber and na atalitali window inside ain't eja wa woni boga me so me bae no me mama se me sidan me ba se mbetinem afese say no situation asesa I say me I say me gina so sit every day by force and me so me ba no man bobo me ho sa because man nyese me sidan say me nim say me ba na beto dan so there a different. You can imagine the situation I was in, and I didn't even know how to tell my mother because my men they only say we die no ama doors no pa e che ko sadiska ba sa mo fancy ano I know cry na guy na nye ain't no anyway anti adeche ye ko fie ho no and me dem twitwa pictures no right but me sure say me twitwa pictures na nya mo de che say onim say mesane mama me na mama hu say edan no amonsi amu peja amu ye ne length na amu boss na asa ain't no what happened is because that hotel for some weeks ain't no but before that you know me call I was very upset, but so before it doesn't change anything. When you try to make an action, it can change something. So I say, and you know, first of all, no, me sending the call back. Or no fear ho, money fear ho, and I'm going me back ni fear ho, and I'm call rent a hotel, and I'm me luggage in the go because me who say me bag in there. Say, if you put a message metna, I don't know how long I met Martin Fio because I don't know how long you bet me with you. And apart from that, you know, I say me copy mason for, I say me copy carpenter, I say me copy plumber, I say me copy obi beto task. Now imagine say boga obi me and ne ya me ma be do Ghana. Now imagine I chi ya me nam epe plumber, epe carpenter, epe emergency situation. Emergency pa. Now I quite remember now the worst part is the good part is Mimi they can't call you and send my wife eba later. And I can imagine say my name my wife Kobo ma what could have happened? So what I say what could have happened? Ain't you know say me name say that's how the situation is. In the no my pressure never year more to say I knew say in few weeks no my wife will ba. I know no so no Onim said that's the situation I have come to find myself. So you can just imagine. But anyway, ain't you know, say me kind of me coffee ko yi me niema ni ade efifie ho ni ade. Ain't you know me sa back to the area ho. And then me pet shop me who say provision shops be ni go for around ho me see o me pay carpenter, me pay plumber. Ain't a honor na they start area ho started say they were calling me Boga. So that's it because me buy you know I was like I just say and nema abromiso and me pe bibia gidigidi because im rain and yes and skaka crime one I was spend all living in the hotel instead of to be living in the house. And you know they started kuko area mu ho me say munim carpenter bi munim plumber bi munim way. And you know they were also good because I won't say ko bogana. And you know they try to connect me with other people. I will remove Kofa, may your soul rest in peace. Kofa Sabranti Obame pa Abranti na I'm connecting my man first. Ono the Obo me organize the plumber, the carpenter, or pesa uncle for you. I'm saying na ukote rebi wo hwa na you obi owere ahwa no onim de cost to be Kofa. It was really great. The guy was so nice to me. He said say oboame pa because me nim hwe e just sike kra me nim na masabe peace a situation way so to be honest with you, what happened is Kofa was able to help me bring all these people jumaifo eba fie ho abeboa ene ade intino me gina ho fitianopa amuye juma amupon juma na chese you know, as I go back to my hotel. Now the chair masaba back. Na me jina so na me so me boa near ye. Oh, nenye easy on your well mechanism nenye easy. But if you find yourself in that situation, man, kabon say easy. Inti unse eya amu edisika ko fisi en sit down mamu no. Na ambe connect dining si ho no. You can imagine. So my mom is who situation. No, let's say money who because imagine say no na years ago better na ka be kwan we trash. Ain't na man who situation. Until no so situation say oh no we dey Henry me boa na wait me I in fast. So no so sending me bibi kakra, sending me kakra. You know say so ye na man ko fast na wait me move yakofio. Timomi, I salute you pa. Just say onu ahwe sika o de call fie ni ma na the worst part of this thing is unso don kasa no ye o jasase no or the contract ne ma guy ni say guy ni si die no onu an si hobium but before or the guy ni ko assassination no before am be shed na fie ho no am be shase no amu say if you nankasa no you can say insuo assassin say into o ma guy ni sika say guy no ento ania na amun fele assassin so amun fele e ma guy ni jiska no could you believe say guy na fele o sidani si assassin so sa into no e do no say e dan na esi ho no ukohwe the way insuo no ye dan ne ho a o rebewo but untimi su embubungu dabi ubuda na egu untimi su mbungu. It's so sad oh Jack so so sometimes so what person you be no one say who ye bibia yes if you want something done well then it's good to do it yourself. Now very sad just the whole thing was very sad but anyway you know so dani bibia ma dino ye dan kasa. Oh, a danny be dying. Oh, a danny be dying. A danny be dying. She say, "Oh, Remo, I was a vim. Emma, amuye bibia, ma me to fan near day, ma ye de boho. Oh, she say, a danny a kama. Wish I could tell you, say, that was the end of the story, but that was when the story begins. Ye danny bibia. Ye bibia, ma to let. She say, a danny a kama. A ye fee. Na, just for the reference, no. Me share that na say no mine na I say contractor no so no ne tiles na say oto no obeto 1 2 no because on we din hu ske wie when see fie hobium into dan kram me wie no it doesn't even know say me wie na me wie because oba ho 1 2 no when see fie hobium now according to information me nya na say oh no scan ma me the bread no or the Korean ma. But I wish I could tell you that was the end of the story. But that was when the story began. It's a year Danny be no na akabaye a week impo na my wife aba. But maybe na me so may try say me movie aba fie ho. But say make my moti ase say man ya no hwe dan ni so yi. O ma guy bi kwotena fie no efie ni ma guy no ane ne yere ane ne mamienu na na tifie ho. In the time na me si dan aya akone aba ni nyina no na mo da so ofie ho. Enti could you believe say ono ne dan ni mu no bebia amomo da no e wo efie dan ni mu no me pese me totals and me chip fana aji me say me sramu say nidie ma amwetimi eyi amon pana babonten na workers na pese koho eco totals e de fan ko boho eye ceiling e connect light enye izo entitama ya wie fie no na stink of on ti dan mu nye say ebia amote e dan na ka me pese me dem amasiesie mu no emu na amoda enti me wie dan ni wie amoso dan mu nyina na amoda so ti dan ni enti me maneti ase say ono ani tua me wie dan no enti no ke be ya ka amompe baby enko ana me sama me ma muska say amon jinko pe baby na me pese me movie free hotel ho e ba fie ho osiyo okay a di couple of days me sa ko fie ho a amoda so ho already me pia me ka say amukọ amfa kin nkoja no be ko ya amfa kin bia ngoja be ko ya amoda so fie ho every guy na no a o see tamam betina fie ho no na mo na mo dodo amuna mo prapra amuna mo yewe ain't no me emma amo enko just like that. Now already no I'm very very familiar with situations like this because me kami ami offer o sini dan na obi ana oti efie ho no hwe dan so no as oti fie ho or papa oni ade emrani do ye o ka say nipa ne nko no nipa ne court o ka che ne say if you do what's if you holding and I say me of a tuaka Emma me of a court a booby man is own tua because guy no on a year we no year with you honey and day tamana musifie no it now was familiar with cases like this already and see ono about me say I want to minko because that's the situation say I'm better if you on man no contract man mo betina fie ho no amana na mo do fie ho na em de bebre it in bizarre say okay say den am ope I don't say dan de amonye bi but amonya the 2 bedrooms or the den 2 bedrooms imagine and am be bizarre say it say den am ope ona say amonya dan bi dan e 2 bedroom but if you run say oji 2 years ka na mu eni bi inti amuntimi ntu ana me maneti asese okay inti se me mouse to scale ya se scale me de mawa opese obetimi a show me say me de mawa o china anase o chinichi obese sa o na mafifie ho o se ai onia me de sikema abranti ya 2 days later me call no da so tifie ho hey na me say na kwase ebo na akoye opese obumia na asesen na fe da me bukura yefu because you say me Ghana me ba no bo botaya me de ba and secondly so no the time is going every time count me bu yefu enti I notice say kwase ebo na kwa na pese obumi because already mama uska and mama me kura me busa say sika we be wait me dey akohan na o say ai wanko echo ba ya o say dan onya ye 2 bedroom apartment na 2 bedrooms nso no ye kan say 2 bedrooms nso no amusa moji 2 years me ken so kra no wo ba say me ha serious okay anyway me dey sa 2 years nso me bisa nsa ahen e no kan ye e na me kan man date or che me so obe fifio me ko no da so tifie ho enti no na che se minim se kwasiebu no peso obu nyo se enti e ma me ko ba ko hwehwe sa contractor ya na edan ye de man se unsi me ko hwehwe no me ko ni fie ho e na me ka chen se me hye na nipa na ode na ba fie ho no abetina ho no me hye na on money panenko me mpese me hu no fie ho che se mama uska seko handai minja usaye betiasie what promise me so beko wanko woda so ofie ho Into ono so bae any akwe be kasa ya na akwe so beko. Could you believe me say akwe say no uncle into uncle and stay na me da hotel ho. Because you say a dino amo no you say as a family home bisano. So as a family self-contained, so they say ain't say other rooms so, but say me movie ko ho na kwa say me niamu ina share the same living room near there a bit uncomfortable. So they say and then person mo feel answer na me yi me niam na fi hotel aba fi ho. Asa me ke serious o. Enti akwa ni metwi ya enti last minute after that no a week later and sana akwa isi sana ni amafifie ho. A week later and sana isi sana ni amafifie ho. The whole thing was very, very sad, and just say the situation I found myself, it was so critical to the point say I wasn't expecting, but each time Biano, I try to overcome the situation. So they are saying, because they are very important. Unse nipe Biano, it's always good to try. Unse se bibi told that you just stay there, it doesn't solve the situation. So that's it. And the more be to know and the best is situation. And I try as much as possible to because yes, the situation was worse and worse and worse. Like we say way, then you have to face this. We say way, then you have to face this. You understand? But Nyamiadom Okoye. Emma, my wife so by Emma, everything was okay. And Emma, if you're very nice, Emma, it's a compound nation, and it's a crisis but it wasn't easy. One thing I want you to know, sir. So we sit down, Ghana na. And our Ghana Hokrana will sit down. Now the Obiat na finima. You have to be very, very careful. Say because this time, it is a very serious. And now also sometimes be bit me see out me funny tra. But also a train when I was doing flashbacks, and then I was thinking, say, hey, Nkofu cry, like they could have done something to me. But imagine I'm a family free airport, How long? I mean, it took them hours before they finally, share my airport. So, what were they doing all this while? Let me say, what were they doing all this while? And secondly, they knew, say, a dino, I'm going to see we. And the situation I'm going to say, I'm going to see that it's not like that. And then they know to say, I'm maybe I'm better. And what was going through their mind? And I was so innocent. To me, I had no bad intention because hoping say and tama me say na me dream say na e ma me po dream say itama na nam kwan so the amode me ko fie ho no. What were they thinking? Because I quite remember say ye kwa na ase amati amu bi na mu din komo bi na hu se me so me nim hwe ejam me nim hwe bi de ekoso kra be am nam kra be nim be am nam very sad and very, very serious very so these are things sometimes we have to be very careful about. So I say so obi bibi kra ma wa very important say okubiana ubakwa hwe if you the state of the situation. Very important because I feel say mama Jane the edge sa branty di too much to the point say though don't satan na o si dan na mama ko Ghana but am boda mama say obeko fie ho akɔhwɛ because na and a guy is him say mama ba Ghana on ba ho the obeka che mama bia is all right it wasn't the fact say me ko Ghana aka till now no I got my hope he said I know on the way sit down very, very, very sad. But I hope you've learned something from my story. And I just feel say these are something little things yeah going to for you to kwanya and maybe how we take for granted and enable a bani be film fear. Yeah, sometimes obi nim your situation and I say obi nim the kum and I say obi nim what is going on as we are still there. So they are saying, and I've decided, I decided to share this with me and my viewers. And but me almost imagine tray. But we did what we had to do. You have to do what you have to do. We did what we have to do, and to be honest with you, the stay in Ghana was amazing. Once a woman, the unexpected things are, I say, and no di kind ebeshia me. So, but I was happy say I was able to overcome it, and it's been amazing. The kai say enu chikra no mami ba fi eba Ghana e fi ho kra na ono so betna we were so happy, and we were talking about these things and laughing, and and I hope you learned something from this story. Yes, story there maybe but so bisu will be a person in me chair. Na ya addition so say the Americano akwan de da ho the here say obetimi reach me out me email me share my because my number there me need time until me share my number there me friend to draw so they say but so contact me now chima de I will contact me there bet me no exchange numbers and I'm say major number na che say mapemre na che say mrini do a also wa be share a story ama for what you also went through, because I feel say it's very necessary say we are all there to learn. So we are all there to learn. It go for your agent here agent go for it's because they don't want to learn. So I say it's because they don't want to learn. So I say because a Kofo dedicated their life and time to come and share what they're going through. So you will learn something from their experience. But others learn, others don't learn. But it's the choice for everybody. Right? And I had a meeting with with something that happened to me. But yes, I mean, now my other story. I mean, how I lost my business. My mom say, "Obi comment say, hey, I story and I am a story, pa. Me am a story. Me am a story." And well, and I had a meeting with Makramo.